Hello, this is Talamir, and welcome to another Redstone Scholar tutorial. To all those interested, I do Redstone Twitch streams on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and a link to my channel is in the video description. In this video, I will be showing you how to make a high-efficiency vertical pumpkin and melon farm. We will be looking at both its positives and its drawbacks. But before we get into that, let's first do the tutorial. You will need the items you see in my inventory, and the amount in here is for one module, which observes 4 pumpkins or melons that might grow. I suggest pausing the video here so that you can take note of what you need. I usually make 10 to 20 modules for a full farm. You see this line also up here is what is needed for 10 full modules. These right here for the chests, the hoppers, and the comparator are all you need for either group, since that is just for the collection system. To begin, you're just going to go up a few blocks. To make the first module, you're going to go and put a line of dirt around that. And just for something for you to go and put your pistons on top of, you're going to throw down a block on each side. As you grow this, it may be a bit easier to go and put down your pistons, but that one just goes like that. Once you have those in, you're going to go and want to put down a jack-o'-lantern. It doesn't need to be a jack-o'-lantern. It can also be a sea lantern if you would prefer. And now that we have the pumpkins in, let's fill in the rest with any type of solid block. Right here, you're going to be placing yourself a target block, and you'll be doing the exact same thing on each corner. Next, you'll put a repeater here, and you'll put a line of redstone dust out to there. And beside here, you will put a single observer pointing in this direction. That way that you'll be able to observe the seed that is placed. Now at this point, you'll just repeat this process, this exact design here, on all the other corners. And with the putting in of the seeds, that is one module pretty much done. The only thing we haven't put in is the torches as of yet. You'll want to also make sure that you break this in the center, and you're going to want to put down here, not up here, but down here, you'll want to go and put a single hopper. You can put down a line of hoppers after you get the rest done. I usually work on the collection system after I finish developing the farm. Another spot you're going to go and want to put in a block is right there. You just break the one there, and this is where you're going to be putting your torches. You'll be making a torch tower from the very bottom to the very top. So you're going to put one there, and then there, and you're going to have to reverse this at the very bottom in the collection system area in order to prevent the farm from acting like this. So let's just get those torches on in. And this one right here is for the next level. So you can see they are all pointed inwards. So to continue on with the design, I would first start off with putting a block there, and then you're going to put a redstone torch right here. And then you can put your next target block on top of that, and you can build out from there. And that's pretty much how it goes all the way up. You just keep on putting on another layer as you go. You'll always have one layer where it goes into a gap like this, and then the dirt will go on top of here, like that. You just gotta make sure that you want to put in your seeds as you go, because otherwise you're going to be having to crawl on down the center of the entire water stream and planting in them afterwards, and that can be quite the pain. I do suggest that you bone meal these as you go as well, which can also greatly speed up the production of your pumpkins. And there we have it. One entire farm complete. All 10 modules, 20 blocks high in total. Next, we're going to go and put in the collection system. To start with, we're going to put a couple of hoppers down, putting into some chests. Usually you would have a little bit more space than this, but this is not bad for what it starts as. And you can obviously adjust this bit to your heart's content. You can put more than just 2, maybe if it's a melon farm instead of a pumpkin farm. You may even want as many as 9 chests instead of 1 or 2. I found that just 1 double chest was good enough for pumpkins. After this, you're going to go and put out comparator coming out of this hopper right here, and that's going to go into a line of redstone dust coming out this way. And you need to bring it out this way, and the same on this side as well. And you're lining it up for this block right here. After that, you just go and put down some blocks, going side to side, like that, until you get down to the bottom. This is where your torch tower is going to continue. And you got to make sure that when you finish this, that everything turns off. These torches, when you do this bit, should be turned off if there is nothing in this hopper stuck in there. The same thing with the other side. And your torch tower. And there you have it. That really is all there is to this particular farm. But I did mention that we're going to talk a little bit about statistics afterwards. So I have had all the plants growing. We do need to go and put a little bit of water at the top. I usually like to put, that is one thing that I did forget to mention, a little bit of a structure at the top here. And you don't put the water right there. That's just in case something happens. But let's grab ourselves a bucket of water, which I forgot to mention. And that's going to go all the way down to the very, very bottom. Now you might ask yourselves, why do I want this instead of this? This right here I built yesterday, and I wasn't sure if it was 100% lossless. So I was running it for quite some time to go and see whether or not, in fact, it was lossless. And you can see in here, there's been pumpkins collecting this entire time that we've been working on this video. So I have found and determined that this farm is, in fact, lossless. But there is some major disadvantages to this style of a farm. One, at least in my opinion, it is a very ugly farm. It is flat, it is extremely compact, and maybe for some of you, this is a great farm and something that would work quite well for you. But if you don't want this thing to run and you're starting to run into lag on your server, this probably isn't the design for you, as it is very difficult to turn off. This farm, on the other hand, has some things that are very much going for it. One, you can turn it off and turn it off quite easily. And you can turn it off with a simple overflow mechanism where once it starts seeing a certain level of signal coming out of this hopper here, it will send out a signal going through here and it will turn the entire farm off. This other thing that it has going for it is that it is a lot cheaper to make. And we're not talking about the gold blocks. Those obviously can be any block you want them to be. But I'm talking about iron. The cost of iron is a lot less. Right here, you either have to do it by rails. Rails are noisy, so if you want this to be in your base, it will be loud and you will always hear it. And if you want the other option where it is silent, you end up putting hoppers across the entire thing. That is very costly. You've got, in this one, I think it is 81 by 81. So you would have to go at least 81 hoppers for this entire thing. That is a lot of iron. At least 400 iron ingots, not including the hoppers for the storage system. The last thing that I really like about these types of vertical farms, which I really like to call silos, is it looks cool. And isn't that one of the main things that is just so great about Minecraft? Is making not just functional redstone farms, but redstone farms that look cool. The one downside that I do find to this farm, though, is the fact that it is not a lossless farm. But what I have found with this particular model is that it is so efficient at what it does in seeing pumpkins exactly when they grow, that I have found that I've never ended up needing to worry about a more efficient farm. I always have pumpkins, and when you're watching the Silverleaf server, if you watch me go down into my pumpkin and melon farm, you will notice that they are almost always maxed out. And that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys all for watching. If you liked the video, please do leave a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. See you guys all in another video. Bye!